Right, Sweaty Cop Amigos. Yeah, I'm about to travel back to Texas, and I travel a lot, and I haven't done any like travel tip videos and stuff, and I think I've got some pretty good information for you guys. If if you're planning on coming to Thailand or anywhere else in the world for that matter, you might want to pay attention to this video. I've got some pretty good ideas since I do this quite a bit. Your first two items that you want to get if you're going to travel, number one is going to be a passport. Okay, even if you don't plan on making a travel, if you don't plan on making a trip, get yourself a passport, because what happens if somebody can't go on a trip? You got 5 days, and they say, hey man, you want a free ticket, and you don't have a passport. Well, you're screwed. What about if there's a zombie apocalypse and you need to go to Mexico, and you get to the border and there's all these people that don't have passports, and then here I am standing in line, and I walk right across because I've got one, okay? So whether you plan on traveling, these are good for 10 years. Get one now. If you have to get one in a hurry, you have to pay a lot of extra money, which means they can give you one in a hurry. They just don't want to, which really upsets me. But yeah, get one. Take up to a month if you want to, and get the cheap one if you're not in a hurry. Secondly, you want one of these bags to carry it in. Now, there's nothing about this, it's not gay, but this is the wrong size to fit anywhere. You don't have a pocket this is gonna fit in, and you wanna protect it anyway. You don't want to be sitting on this thing, so we put it in this. We call it a fanny pack. Back in the 80s when I was in the Marine Corps, let me just be blunt, we call it a fag bag. Think of it as Batman's utility belt. This thing will hold all kinds of goodies, and I'm going to show you what to pack in it right now. Hey, number one item you want to pack is, of course, your passport, but you also want a duplicate. And I make these, I copy these off at home. I go to Walmart and I buy the laminate, and I laminate these, and I put 2 or 3. I put one in my suitcase, I put one in my bag. I don't carry these anymore because now I have a Thai driver's license, and I don't need this. But if you're gonna go exchange money in Thailand, if you're gonna go rent a motorcycle or rent a jet ski, you're gonna need your passport. And it's best to carry this. And don't ever give up your passport to anybody except customs agents, or if you have a passport service, say you're going to get a Thai checking account and you want to let somebody else handle that for you, or a Thai driver's license, you can hand them your passport, or get your visa renewed and just hand them your passport. Now you've still got your copy, but that's the only people you give your original to. If somebody is renting you a motorcycle or a jet ski, if you bring it back and they claim there's a scratch on it, and you know dang good and well you didn't put it on there, they're going to hold your passport for ransom, and they're not going to give it back until you pay an outrageous sum of money for some scratch. And I've heard about the tiniest little smudge on a bike that would buff out, and they charged like 300 bucks, and was holding a lady's passport for it on a brand new bike. And it's always good. We'll do a bike video too, but it's always good to rent a piece of junk, something that is trashed out and horrible looking. As long as it's got good brakes and it accelerates good and it's not going to leave you stranded, get something that's already beat to pieces and video the whole thing before you hop on it, to make sure that they're not going to try to claim that you damaged that bike. Okay, nextly, speaking of motorbikes, I put this piece of paper in here. This is not an international driver's license, but it represents an international driver's license. It's about that size. Go to AAA. I think it's 20 bucks. If you don't have a Thai driver's license, if you have a motorcycle license in America, you get your motorcycle international driver's license at AAA, and you just walk in there, fill out the papers. Usually the closer to your vacation, the better. So if you're leaving in 2 weeks, you can go ahead and get it. The thing is good for several months. If you do not have a motorcycle license in America, they will rent you a scooter in Thailand, but if you get caught and you hand them this, you get a ticket. You pay a fine. Okay, so that's three things you want in your bag. Okay, thirdly, fourthly, I carry some of this. In Thailand, they don't season the shrimp. They give you a dipping sauce. So they have the most beautiful shrimp here. And I like to shake some of this on it. And it's also good on French fries. So you might want to carry salt or something. Odd has my rag, but I carry a washcloth because Thailand's humid, and you can see I've got sweat dripping. You want good napkins, carry it in your bag, because the restrooms here, the last two that I went to, there was no paper in the restroom. And the last one I went to, I don't think they had a spray gun. They had a bucket with a bowl in it, and you have to wash your butt. That's how that works. List of your prescriptions. Okay. Oh, you want a pen? Floss picks or toothpicks? Okay. I carry mints. I carry a bunch of business cards and stuff. This is like my Lowe's card. It's a discount card. Expired bank cards, stuff like that. And I'll tell you why. I have kind of disassembled this. Matter of fact, it ripped open. The zipper quit, and I had to cut it with a knife. And since I carry stuff for YouTube, I bought a much bigger one that when I do travel, I carry that one because it'll hold my cameras, my Rode microphone system. It holds a bunch of other stuff that I don't normally, I can't pack into this small one. So I got a bigger one, and I strap it around my chest, and it doesn't look so gay. Okay. Let me load this back up, and I'll show you a couple other things. This one has a small bag in the front, a separate compartment. What I've always kept is the little doodads, like my key that goes in my luggage. The SIM card, when you take your American SIM card out, you can put it in the same package that your Thai SIM card came in, along with the doodad that pops the phone open, it's the little pin that sticks in that hole. And I put them in this little pocket right here. So that's a good thing to have. Okay, we're gonna get you through the airport really quick and easy. Oh, but these cards that I had in here, I'll tell you where they go. Depending on where you're at, it's always a good idea if you're traveling to carry what I call a toss wallet. And that's what this is right here. You can see there's some more napkins for, if I need to go to the bathroom. You might have that green curry belly, you get here and you're not used to the Thai food. We call it Bangkok belly. And that curry will hit you it'll hit you in a real hard time. I got, $10 American, I've got 100 baht, and then 160 baht. I've got my napkins. Nothing important in here. You can put expired credit cards, old insurance information, discount coupons. I've got my, what I do is I fill this thing up with I've got a YouTube card with a QR code on it right there. And when I go and I video someplace, people ask me about having YouTube, and I hand them one of these. I can't hardly give these things away. People will scan them, and then they hand them right back. And I'm like, no, keep it and give it to your friends. So yeah, I got to like 10,000 of these, and a lot of people have scanned them, but I keep getting them back. Anyway, but fill up your Toss wallet. I like this one because it's long, and like at Bangkok, at Jod Fair's Market, there's signs up that says beware pickpocket. I'll leave this just to see if I get pickpocketed, because it sticks out of my pocket. Now, my real wallet, I carry in my front pocket, And I've got my real credit cards, I've got my real cash, and keep my receipts and everything. Then I usually carry a washcloth. They have these like microfiber washcloths that I like to put on top of that wallet. So if you're in a crowded bus or something like that, they're not going to get your real wallet with that washcloth on top of it. And plus it's easy to just pull that washcloth out and you can blot yourself down. Oh, the other thing I carry in my bag, my travel bag, I usually carry this little knife that I bought here in Thailand several trips ago. I just bought this so I could cut limes open. I was making those red beers sometimes. Plus I like a little twist of lime. I buy a lot of just club soda, and I squeeze off a little twist of lime in it. And this is great to have on you. You can go to the market. At the same market, you can buy the club soda for 10 baht and a lime for about 5 baht or something. And slice off a little slice of lime, twist it off in your club soda. You got a good drink going on. And I carry these mints everywhere. Now I carry these in my front pocket now since I don't carry my passport everywhere. But yeah, usually after dinner and stuff, I give Odd a mint. I just like having them. But they go in my front little packet right here. So, but these are pretty stinking handy actually. And anyway, that's pretty much how you set your bag. Now, we can go over a few things to get through the airport and make that go a lot smoother too. Well, my ankles are swollen right now, but I want to show you these shoes. These are Skechers. Let me get up here. And they're slip-ons. I have never tied these shoes, but you don't have to bend over anything. I bought these specifically for this trip so that I could go through the airport security easily. And the reason why is you just pop them off like that, and then when it's time to put them on, you don't have to lace them up or anything. You just pop your foot in and stomp into them, and they're ready to go. And I'm all about comfort. You know, I'm too old to go to the track meet. I don't need to tie my shoes. I don't need to bend over and lace up a bunch of stuff. Also, my flight back to DFW Airport from Bangkok is going to be 24 hours. And generally, I like to wear some like workout, loose, comfortable pants with no metal in them. And man, I had a set of like gym pants with the drawstring and the little plastic and no zippers, no metal. But yeah, I wear comfortable slip-on shoes, comfortable baggy loose pants because it's going to be 24 hours and I'm a big guy, and a light t-shirt. And that helps me get right through security. I don't have any change in my pockets. You put, matter of fact, you're going to have to empty your pockets going through security if you're going to travel out of the country. And you put all your stuff in the bins, and you put your money in this thing, set it in that bin, and it takes off. And it's a scary thing. Now, when you travel abroad, if you're going to carry cash, and I recommend that you do, you're good for up to $10,000 through the airport. If you go 1 penny above that, they're liable to stop you before you get to your gate and confiscate your money. And I don't know why that is. I think it's got to do with international drug trafficking, stuff like that. They figure if you got more than $10,000 on you that you're a crook. They just assume it. The way that you want to carry cash out of the country is, first off, you go to the bank and you ask for fresh, clean, brand new, crisp $100 bills. Because if you bring a $100 bill over here with just the tiniest mark on it, and you go to some of these money exchanges, and the money exchanges are everywhere. But if you go to the money exchange, go to the bank, you want to get exchange currency, and there's the tiniest little mark on those bills, they're not going to take it or in some of the shadier places, they'll offer you 60 bucks for 100. Okay. And then the money they hand you back in Thai baht may be all scratched up and torn and have all kinds of damage to it. They don't hold themselves to the same standards they're going to hold us to. They want new bills. It has to have the band going through it with all the colors on the bills, but not, they won't take the older currency. It has to be fresh, brand spanking new $100 bills, or it's easier. A stack of hundreds is a lot easier to carry than a stack of 20s of the same denomination, same currency, of the same amount. So get yourself all brand new $100 bills, then put it in an envelope and seal it, and put that in your bag. And when it goes through the x-ray machines and everything, try to keep your eye on that cart going through there. I think it's a lot better to carry cash into the country than it is to keep hitting the ATMs. And when you do hit the ATMs, those are going to be different. Here in Thailand, they hang on to your card until all the transaction is finished. And a lot of people will walk off leaving their card in the machine after they get their cash. And you don't want to do that, because after a few minutes, it's just going to suck that back into the machine. You're not going to get it back. You're going to have to get to the bank to get it. Also, be sure and let your bank know that you're going out of the country and that you're going to be getting some transactions from Thailand, or they'll shut down your card the first time you use it. The ATM is also going to ask you yes or no question. Do you want them to do the conversion? And always, always hit no. There are going to be several buttons on the ATM, so you can click the English. It's got like the British flag at the Bangkok ATMs. So hit the British flag, which says, it's for English language. Everything's printed in English. And my bank just started doing this, Bangkok Bank. They started asking if you wanted them to do the conversion. If you hit yes, the conversion fee for, I take out 16,000 baht at a time, which is just a little under 500 bucks US currency. If you hit yes and get them to do the conversion, it's going to charge you like an extra 35 bucks. So always hit no. They're going to do the conversion. Your bank's going to do the conversion anyway, so don't worry about it. It costs you about $7 for $500. It cost me about $7 from my bank in Bangkok. And then there's a small fee from my bank in Texas, but $500 here. I can, if I'm not going out blowing a bunch of money, I can pay my rent, my water and electric, and eat at home, or 50 baht pad kapow down on the street. I can do that almost all month long. I think I go maybe just a little over $500 a month here on my budget, and people say you can't do that. Well, my bike's paid for, so yeah, I don't have to worry about that. And I have a condo here that costs me under $300 a month, and my utilities are usually, water and electric, usually come in under $60 a month. So yeah, when I'm eating for $1.50 a meal, sometimes I'll go out to the supermarket and buy groceries and stuff like that and bring home. Matter of fact, we're going to make stew tonight, and I'll bet I don't spend 10 bucks on supplies to make a giant pot of stew that I'm going to leave with Odd when I go back, and she'll eat on it. She'll take it to work. So yeah, it's not too expensive to eat here. My gasoline is cheap, and I don't have to rent a bike. So my rent's cheap, my utilities are cheap. So yeah, I'm getting by. I would say safely under $700 a month here for me to live. I think $700 a month here is I can live pretty luxurious. I can eat really good here for 700 bucks a month. Anyway, so there's I mainly started this as a travel tip thing, and so there's your bags. what you need to come into the country with. Always carry your own toilet paper. You may want to pack, you can lay out flat in your suitcase some really good paper towels. And I'm telling you, when you go to a restaurant and you have good napkins after your first day or two, you're going to be hoarding those napkins. You're going to be packing them away and putting them in your little bag. Because here at the restaurants, most of the time you get a box of tissue, a little thing of tissue. And you know when you're eating chicken, it has that sticky fat on it, and you take a tissue out and then the tissue sticks to your fingers. It's terrible. So anyway, I think that just about covers everything. You got your toothpick, your breath mints. Oh, and for crying out loud, if you're gonna fly, take a shower. Man, if you're on a 24-hour flight, it's not 24 hours straight. There's always a layover or a stopover somewhere to get here. But man, if you're ever sitting next to somebody who stinks, you're just gonna be miserable for hours and hours and hours. And I don't know what it is. People around here, they don't take care of hygiene the way they should. And it's, I hate to say it, it's the Europeans, you know, people from the Brits and some of the Middle Eastern guys. I was in a massage shop one day and a guy shows up. I'm getting a foot massage. Just got off the plane from DFW and I'm in Bangkok, and I go to this one lady in Bangkok whenever I get there and usually get a foot massage. And a lot of times I get my pedicure, foot scrub and all that stuff because I can't afford it back in the States. So I usually get back to Bangkok and my feet are jacked up, man. I need some help. So I go in there and I'm getting all that stuff. And this guy comes in and I'm telling you, he stinks. He stinks like he hadn't bathed in months. And he's in a chair next to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, be courteous. Man, guys, we got to do better. You know, you come to these countries like this, you're a diplomat. You're an ambassador for your home country. And man, Americans don't show up over here and embarrass me, you know, starting trouble and stinking. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. Hey friends, I'm packing to take my trip right now, and as I'm packing, I realized I forgot a couple of other travel hacks that would be very helpful. Matter of fact, one of them is next to your passport and visa and securing your ticket is probably the most important one. I can't believe I forgot that. Get on Amazon, buy yourself some of these. These are the Apple AirTags. Of course, I believe you have to have an Apple iPhone for these to work, but these come in really handy. I bought four. I bought a 4-pack before I left many trips ago. The batteries in these things last a year, and you can replace the batteries. There's also a big thing where you can get some long life batteries. They look like the AA batteries, and they last for 10 years. That you can hide them in a car trailer or someplace so you can, you know, if your stuff ever gets stolen, you can hunt it down. Anyway, I put one in my suitcase. I put one in my backpack. I keep one in my motorbike, and I have tracked down my motorbike while I'm on the other side of the planet in Texas. We're actually as far away from Texas as you can get, 12 time zones away. And I had some folks pick up my bikes to do some service on it, and they had changed locations, and the guy sent me the address of the new location. I said, oh, I already know where you're at. So I thought that was really cool that I could check and see where my bike was from all the way across the planet. And if you have medical equipment like I use a CPAP machine.
All right, Lunger, let's do it.
I put one in my CPAP machine. So there's my four, the backpack, suitcase, CPAP, and motorbike. Get yourself some of these. They are lifesavers. I need to put one on my coffee mug and my keys. So while I'm working around the house, that's my biggest time killer of all, is looking for my keys and my coffee while I'm working in the morning. Second thing I need to tell you about that you want to keep in your little bag, or if you carry a carry-on like a backpack. I use a backpack because I can just strap it on and it's so convenient. And most of the time I've been carrying my CPAP. They will let you, they allow you a second carry-on if it's medical equipment. So make sure you don't like stash camera equipment and stuff like that in your CPAP bag and try to get away with it, because they will make you open it up and check and inspect that it's really CPAP equipment. Hey, look, but you want to carry your phone charging cables. I carry one. I carry this. Of course, your Apple plugs into this. I think that's a Type C. So I carry this for the airport, just in case they have charging stations. Most of them have the USB, so I carry a second one with the USB end on it. That goes, like I say, I keep it in my backpack, but if you like to travel ultralight, don't only want to have a carry-on, put it in your little travel pouch. So there's one that we didn't talk about the other day while I was at Rayong on the beach. Now, here is, hang on, I'm putting everything back together. Here is the bonus, all right? Carry yourself. If you're having a carry-on, you can put this in your backpack or your carry-on. It's one of these little, not cloth, but not paper, you know, reusable grocery bags. Fold it up, it doesn't take up any room. Okay, if you want to get a second carry-on onto the airplane without paying a ridiculous price, you get one of these. Be prepared to pay a ridiculous price if you want to carry that second carry-on. But once you get to where you're in the part of the airport that sells the duty-free stuff, you just get a bag from the duty-free place. Okay, they don't even look at that. Once you're in that part of the airport, if you come onto the plane, you've got one carry-on and one duty-free bag from one of those duty-free shops in any airport. You just get right on the plane. Nobody questions that. Okay, if you can't just get the bag, find somebody that's got one in the airport and say, hey, would you mind swapping me your plastic bag for this nice reusable bag, and swap the stuff out. But there's that travel hack right there will save you what, like $25 for the additional carry-on. So it's well worth it. So anyway, with that being said, I've got 6.5 hours until my taxi gets here. I use Angie's taxi to go from Pattaya to the airport in Bangkok. I can't pronounce that name. It's a train wreck, Subambari or something like that. Maybe that's right. I don't know. Angie's taxi, fantastic service. It's 1,200 baht. You can get it. You can get them for 1,000. But I'm about to start a 24-hour difficult flight. It's not fun. I fly coach. I'm not paying an exorbitant amount of money to fly first class or business class, but I fly coach, usually about $1,200 to $1,400 round trip for my tickets here and back and forth to DFW airport. But Angie's taxi's 2,100 baht, and I'm sorry, Angie's taxi is 1,200 baht. So it's about 200 baht higher than what your cheapest rate's going to be, but the service is impeccable. The cars are always like limos, so it's a nice, luxurious ride to the airport. You know, on my way from the airport back to my condo, or from the condo back to the airport, it's about an hour and a half drive, if everything's going right. And they cover all the tolls going through the tollways and stuff like that. So I highly recommend Angie's taxi. She probably doesn't even know who I am, and I'm not getting any kickback from her to tell you about them. But yeah, if you're in Pattaya, you need a nice, reliable, luxurious ride to the airport in style. Very comfortable cars, always very courteous. I've never had an issue with them, and I don't mind paying 200 baht extra to go with Angie's. It's just $6 extra, so you know, no biggie. Anyway, that's all the travel tips I have for right now, and I'm going to get back to packing up my stuff. Odd wants me to make her some cornbread, I got that little Thai girl hooked on my Texas cornbread recipe. So we're gonna go back up there and heat up some of my vegetable soup that I made her the other day, and I'm gonna make her a fresh pan of cornbread and show her how to do it. She wanted all the ingredients so she could make it whenever I go back to Texas. She wants to make her own cornbread. Anyway, adios amigos, and I think next stop, DFW Airport, Texas. Adios.